The sea's bounty was good for me today. I have enough for both our lunches and more for later as well. What did the sea tell you in your fancy machines this day? Oh? Well, of course. The waters are warmer than last year, and the year before that. I could have told you that much. If you need to know that sort of thing, you could always just ask me. I've been fishing here all my life, and my mother all of hers, on and on for generations. You scientists are quite silly sometimes. Oh? Yes, of course. You need solid proof and evidence that there are changes in the waters, that the great ice is melting and falling into the sea. Not like the great bears growing hungry and venturing into towns are not proof enough of that. Here, some salted fish. You have not eaten today, yes? Just your usual coffee? Or was it tea? I do not remember what you carry in that metal jug of yours, only that you are not eating healthy. How do you intend to stay warm if you only drink enough to keep your eyes open? No, that coat of yours is not enough should the winds come in off the water. That much I know, and you should listen. Who is the one who knows most of this place? Yes, it would be me. You have your proof and your evidence and your science, but I tell you, some things you learn in your bones. You learn it in the way you feel the sun go down. Or, well, not go down. Sometimes it is up for months, and sometimes it is gone for months. These things happen. And sometimes lights dance in the sky, all bright ribbons that shimmer like the colors of the inside of a good shell. Yes. I know you have an explanation for everything. You scientists always do. Eat your fish. It's very good, I promise. My point is, while you have an explanation, are you taking the time to experience it? To feel the wind against your skin and know its song? To listen to the sea and feel it pull you into the cold and how it carries you? The feeling of laying out on the stones and letting the sun warm and dry you after a long day in the water. No, of course you don't, you silly man. You sit here, huddled over your machines and your notes, and you scritch with your pencils on your papers, tap on keys all day. One day I will convince you to come down to the water. Join us in one of our races or on a fishing trip. The depths know you certainly don't get enough time away from those instruments of yours. Yes, the water. A good soak is good for you. Reminds you what living feels like. A dip in the cold sea and then the hot springs nearby will really help you feel alive. There's a place where they are close and you can go from one to the other without even slipping on the stones. Unless you are quite clumsy, of course. You might slip. I do not trust you without all of your fancy things you insist on bringing down to the cliffs and shores with you each day. I keep saying you don't need them. You only need to ask me, and I will tell you all you need to know. See, I told you the fish was good. I prepared it myself. The brining brings out the flavor and makes it last. So, while there is nothing like a freshly caught fish, a good salted fish is best for energy when making a long trip. There is much more. Here, have some. Oh, you are cold? See, this is what I mean. Here, I've been meaning to give this to you for some time, and I wanted you to have it, my silly man. It will keep you warm always. You like it? That is my pelt, so you must take the best care of it. I will be quite cross otherwise, you know. Yes, my pelt. You've seen me with it draped about my waist or on my shoulders. I always keep it close. Can't be too careful after everything that's happened. All the women of my family keep a sharp eye on their pelts, after all. The men less so. No one goes about taking a man's things, so they have no fear. They go about teasing all the local women without a care in their empty heads and no worries about what might happen. Only care about showing off, flashy and brazen and noisy as they try to outdo one another. It is a wonder none of them have been chased out of the local towns for their mischief with the women. Stubborn and thick-headed, all of them. Much like you, my scientist. But Unlike those brothers of mine, you are stubborn and clever, tapping away at your machines even when you're too hungry or too cold. Eat your fish. My pelt will keep you warm while you work. You will think more clearly with a full belly and warm limbs, I know. Of course my pelt is a seal's pelt, my silly man. It's mine. What did you think it would be? No, of course I did not kill any seal to get it. What sort of cursed fool do you take me for? No, anyone who kills seals here will regret it for generations. Absolutely not. I would never resort to such violence. Then what do I mean by it's my pelt? What do you think I mean? What's mine is mine. The pelt is my pelt, and I'm letting you keep warm with it. You know, most men would steal such pelts and hide them away, and here I am giving it to you. Others would have locked it up or hid it and made me come chase them, but you, my silly, silly man, you do not know what it is you hold, do you? My lovely, foolish scientist, have I not brought you food and drink? Ensured your safety by the cliffs and waters? Have I not kept you from the hungry beasts that prowl the tundra? You know, my sisters might have left you to your fate, may have teased you and lured you to the waters to let the seas have you. I could have done so also, but you are more fun like this, I think. Tapping away at your machines, scratching away at your papers, complaining about the differences in levels of this or that while indulging your curiosity, learning about my sea. My icy waters, my rocky cliffs. You do not ask me, even though I know all the things you wish to know, because for you the joy is in the seeking. In the discovery. You explore in your own funny way, so focused on your numbers and theories that you forget to eat or bring your extra coat, and here we are, me wrapping you in my pelt and feeding you once again. I will always come back, you know, until you know what that pelt means. After all, as long as you have it, it is not as if I have anywhere else I can go. My swimming days are done while you have that. I'm bound to the shore. What do I mean? What do you think I mean? My clever, silly man. Surely you can use that curiosity and solve the riddle? Until then, I'm in your care. So eat your fish and tell me more of what you've discovered today, my love.